Nolan.
I know, I'm gonna put them over here. There's other food. Wait, you say we did it. Me, because I don't want to step on it. Thank you. Can you get by or no?
No, I was trying to get your attention, but
Aw, thank you.
congratulations.
Beautiful. Thank you. I
Gotta
appreciate
get
that,
it back
Jesse.
up and make a noise.
Let everyone know Jesse's in town. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's a blur.
Thank you.
Oh,
Put that face on. So I started doing the hair thing and I really started to set in what I was doing, and I was breathe.
It's just amazing. I'm like so happy when I seen the final,
Yeah.
you know, like
I know. It was awesome. Quite the experience.
like you had the experience.
Yeah, but now I
And then
really
now it's like, okay, now I really know it.
Yeah. Excited for it. And we have
I think that it actually be a nice long meeting.
and not till 1 in the
I have other friends that are in, it's just, you know, this and all of that. They were talking about that for years. They stick that.
Well, we're ready.
Thank God that, you know, I think
So. Could have connection throughout the night. Well, at least till everyone starts on the live.
Oh, yeah. And she's actually going to be speaking Trayvon Harris and 3 this year.
Oh, good. I like
She's
her.
already,
Yeah.
you know,
I interviewed her during the
to
primary, so I kind of got to hear what she was about. And there were things before here. I got to really like her presence. Community oriented.
very, very.
Excited to see that. And I mean, it's that seems like the same mindset's been in that seat for three people now.
Yeah, Dr. Weber.
Yeah.
And then her daughter.
Yeah.
And then now her. Yeah, and they're all. And it's so funny because each and every one of them has done something for people.
Oh, I love that.
Dr. Weber is the one that gave him the city of and then their daughter gave him Rio. And now so, I mean, so.
Yeah. You'll be here before you know it, don't worry. Probably should start working on it.
Yeah.
Put it in the email.
And it's actually, we usually do it the last Saturday that
Yeah.
yeah. And it's actually on my birthday this year, May 23rd.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. You're just something special then. Well, happy birthday to you.
My name is Kim.
I have a seat for you,
Yeah.
for you, and
Once they swear us in, and then we won't be in the middle. And that gives me a chance for them. I can eat it.
they gonna do all that tonight.
Yeah. She always has the best dresses.
So happy for you. It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be a lot of work. I'm looking at all the other things that go with it.
On the agenda.
Yeah. Yeah, you're fine. It's all good. You're fine.
Welcome to the City of Lemon Grove's regular city council meeting. City clerk, will you please call the roll of the city council members to go on the record as in attendance?
Thank you, Mayor Vasquez. I will now conduct the roll to, Councilmember LeBaron,
Councilmember LeBaron, welcome to everybody who is here in attendance with us tonight. Thank you all for being here so very much.
Councilmember Snell,
Here, nice to see everyone.
Councilmember Castillo,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Mendoza,
Here.
Mayor Vasquez.
Here.
Mayor Vasquez, we have a quorum of the city council.
Thank you so very much. I will ask Councilmember Gastil to lead us in the pledge. Item number 2 is the certification of the November 5th, 2024 general municipal election results. Induction and administration of oath of office. And I'll turn this over to Joelle Pablo, our city clerk, to present the staff report.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Good evening, Mayor, City Council members, and members of the public. I am before you this evening to present the certification of the November 5th, 2024 general municipal elections, to induct our newly elected officials and to commemorate the voice of the voters in shaping the future of Lemon Grove. On November 5th, 2024, Lemon Grove held its general municipal election, a pivotal event in our democratic process. This election marked the culmination of months of efforts from candidates, community members, and our election officials and volunteers. The certified results prepared by the San Diego County Register of Voters reflect the will of our community. With a voter turnout rate of 68.24%, which is a testament to the active engagement of Lemon Grove residents, we have confirmed the election of 1 mayoral candidate, 2 city council members, and the passage of Measure T. Of the 16,412 registered voters here, 11,200 votes were cast. Now, allow me to summarize the results of this election. The mayoral election. Allison Snow received 39.77% of the vote and has been elected to serve a 4-year term as mayor, concluding in December 2028. Congratulations to Mayor-elect. Congratulations to Mayor-elect Snow on his accomplishments and the trust placed in you by our residents. City Council elections. Jessica Heredia with 29.13% of the vote and Steve Fayai with 26.26% have been elected to the City Council, each serving 4-year terms concluding in December 2028. Congratulations to both on your election and the opportunity to help lead our city forward. Measure T, the Lemon Grove sales tax measure. This ballot measure, which proposed a 1-cent increase to the city's sales tax to fund critical services such as infrastructure maintenance, public safety, and community enhancements, passed with overwhelming support of 71.59% voting in favor. The passage of Measure T reflects the commitment of Lemon Grove voters to ensure sustainable funding for our city's essential services and a brighter future for all. Before I get to the recommendation, I would like to extend my gratitude to the San Diego County Register of Voters for their diligent work in conducting and certifying this election, as well as my city manager and city attorney for guiding me through this elections process I also commend the candidates and the campaigners for their dedication to public service and for engaging our community in a meaningful dialogue about Lemon Grove's future. And tonight, I am recommending that the City Council adopt these 3 resolutions. To adopt a resolution of the City Council of the City of Lemon Grove, California, reciting the fact of the general municipal election conducted on November 5th, 2024, and declaring the result for the mayoral seat. Number 2, adopt resolution of the City Council of the City of Lemon Grove, California, reciting the fact of the general municipal election conducted on November 5th, 2024, and declaring the result for the 2 council member seats. And finally, adopt resolution of the City Council of the City of Lemon Grove, California, reciting the fact of the general municipal election conducted on November 5th, 2024, and declaring the result for ballot measure T. This recommendation must be done with 3 separate actions. I just want you to be aware of that, and I am happy to take any questions from the mayor or the council members.
Thank you so very much, but before we get to questions, I'd like to check with our city clerk to see if we have any speaker slips. I will call up Truth, and this will complete our public comment portion of this particular agenda item.
Testing, first speaker here. First, I want to say thank you to Raquel for doing your best to keep these meetings running on the tracks rather than off the tracks. Easier said than done. It's easy for people to criticize, but if anyone thinks meetings here are bad, I can assure you that I have seen much worse at the county. That'll make you cry. And at Santa and in San Diego. That is why I can appreciate good people, even if I disagree with some of their decisions, beliefs, or votes. Just remember, Raquel, as you leave, these still aren't your meetings. Fiona, I've enjoyed holding you and your lackluster attendance record accountable, including tonight 3 minutes late, you no cake. But I also would like to thank you for speaking up regarding cell towers and radiation concerns, as well as your words on the welcoming city nonsense. I hope one day you can take your passion and direct your words and actions in a more narrow and patient way. And since you're going to now have some extra time, I'm going to recommend that you continue to give the Board of Supervisors the hard time they deserve. And George, as the only man on the council, I give you a ton of credit for surviving. Thanks for always keeping a cool head during very tense moments. And congratulations to Steve and Jessica. Jessica's going to go from the back of the room to the front of the room. And I'm hoping both will step up to the high level of selfless responsibility now required. If not, Jessica knows I'm going to have something to say about it. And here are my expectations for the new mayor, Allison. Continue to be well-spoken and respectful to both your fellow council members and to every single person who attends or speaks at council meetings. Remember that residents are not enemies. It is their job to hold all city employees accountable. Remember to always de-escalate any tensions that arise at council meetings in order to maintain a positive environment. Take a look at the procedural rules and consider a revision if the council environment seems healthy enough. Example, if council members can either be respectful of everyone's time or agree to speaking time limits, then the concept of rounds can be eliminated. Verbally assure residents that the Measure T funds will be used for storm drain repairs, street repairs, and council meeting room upgrades. Expedite the city audio video equipment procurement and installation. Consider prioritizing the revitalization of this makeshift meeting room. Thank you. Represent Lemon Grove, not your political party, and definitely not the county. That means no more ridiculous political theater resolutions. Show the rest of the county that Lemon Grove is a place not to be mocked, but is a place to be inspired by, because it's going to begin the process to do a 180 turn to success. Because the people care, and hopefully have a new council that is ready to do the right thing. And lastly, I want everyone to note that the oath the new members will be taking will be to the Constitution to the United States, not to the Constitution for the United States of America, which is our actual law. In law, words matter and have very specific meaning. The more you know. Thank you.
We have one more speaker slip, and this will complete the public comment portion of this agenda item. Susanna L.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, council members, staff, and everyone in attendance. My name is Susanna, and I'm the PAC chair for Heartland Firefighters of Lemon Grove, Local 2728. I came here tonight to thank the outgoing council and welcome the new with our most sincere gratitude. We would like to express our gratitude to the outgoing council and mayor for their years of service to the city and all they've accomplished here. Most notably, and of course not all encompassing for everything that you've done for our city, but as it pertains to the fire station and department, they've approved a replacement of our roof and cracked and leaking skylights, the relocation of our workbench in order to build a turnout room to bring us up to OSHA compliance, a new HVAC system to replace the old and often failing current one, and all of this with the use of ARPA funds resulting in no cost to the city. They also approved the replacement of our security gate and roll-up doors, ensuring we're able to leave the station in a timely manner and have it secured while we're gone. And of course, approval of the OES to help support or supplement our fleet as our current engines meet and exceed the recommended lifetime. Your efforts have helped ensure your fire department has what it needs to function well and respond to the emergencies the city has. We truly appreciate you and wish you the best in your future endeavors. And to the new council, we extend our most sincere congratulations to our new mayor and council members. We're looking forward to seeing what this new leadership will accomplish and are so thankful to the citizens of Lemon Grove for passing Measure T and giving them more to work with to make Lemon Grove a better place. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much. And now to the questions. I'll do 2 rounds, starting with Councilmember Snow.
I just want to take the opportunity to thank the mayor and the 2 council members and the team. They said a really fine. Can't hear you.
Speak up.
There we go. These are big shoes to fill. I'm excited for the direction that the city is going in. So I am happy to move to adopt the resolution of the City Council of the City of Lemon Grove, California, reciting the fact of the general municipal code or the general municipal election conducted on November 5th, 2024, and declaring the result for the mayoral seat.
Thank you so much, Councilmember LeBaron.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'll second that. I have no questions.
Thank you, Councilmember Gaston.
No questions.
Chairperson Mendoza. And I'll just check one more time. I usually do 2 rounds of questions just to see if there are any questions or comments that would like to be made. We do have a motion and a second. And from what I understand, we actually have 3 resolutions. So we need to carve out exactly Okay, so it will be for the mayoral resolution, and so I'll ask our city clerk to call the roll.
Yes, the motion was made by Councilmember Snow, with a second by Councilmember LeBaron. I will now conduct the roll to go on the record. Councilmember Snow,
Aye.
Councilmember LeBaron,
Councilmember LeBaron, aye.
Councilmember Gastiel. Aye. Mayor Pro Tem Mendoza.
Aye.
Mayor Vasquez.
Aye.
The motion carries on a vote of 5-0.
Thank you so very much. And now, for the second resolution, do we have a motion?
Madam Mayor, I move to approve or to, motion to approve it.
Yeah.
For the
to-
record, please.
Yeah, I move to adopt a resolution of the City Council of the City of Lemon Grove reciting citing the fact of the general municipal election conducted on November 5th and declaring the result for the 2 council member seats, Jessica Heredia and Steve Bayai.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. I will ask our city clerk to call the roll.
The motion was made by Councilmember LeBaron with a second by Councilmember Snow to approve staff's recommendation. I will now conduct the roll to go on the record. Councilmember Gastil. Aye. Councilmember Snow.
Aye.
Councilmember LeBaron.
Councilmember LeBaron, I am so extremely proud of these 2. Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Mendoza.
Aye.
Mayor Vasquez.
Aye.
The motion carries on a vote of 5-0.
Thank you so very much. Finally, we have the third resolution, and so do we have a motion?
Yeah. I'd like, to move to adopt the resolution of the City Council of the City of Lemon Grove, California, reciting the fact of the general municipal election conducted on November 5th, 2024, and declaring the result for ballot measure T.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. I will ask our city clerk to call the roll.
The motion was made by Councilmember Gastil with a second by Mayor Pro Tem Mendoza to approve staff's recommendation. I will now conduct the roll to go on the record. Councilmember Gastil. Aye. Councilmember Snow.
Aye.
Councilmember LeBaron.
Councilmember LeBaron, aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Mendoza.
Aye.
Mayor Vasquez.
Aye.
The motion carries on a vote of 5-0.
Thank you so very much. And now I will turn this meeting over to Mayor Pro Tem Jennifer Mendoza.
So we're going to have some comments by our outgoing council members. First, Councilmember LeBaron.
Well, like I've already stated at the very beginning, thank you guys for being here. It is so wonderful to have you all. It has been such a humbling experience to serve as a council member for my hometown. For all of you who don't know, I am a born and raised Lemon Grover, and prior to being a city council member, I was a planning commissioner. And like I said, it's been so extremely humbling serving as your guys' representative the last 4 years. Just to see everybody come together, I mean, people who are Democrats, people who are Republicans, people who are no party preferences, people of all different inclinations, to see how we've all come together to rally around this idea of a better Lemon Grove, of seeing leadership that's accountable, of seeing leadership that listens and that leads by example. I'm so proud of all of you. I'm very, very proud of all of you. And I'm so honored to have served as your city council member. And through this process, I've gotten to know so many people. 2 of the people who are going to be taking their oath of office today are close friends of mine. And I supported them 100% in their journey to becoming seated council members, and I'm so proud of them. And I'm so excited for what they have to offer our city. Whereas before I felt like there was a real lack of leadership that's willing to listen to our city, we now have some really great people up here who are gonna carry on the torch and fight the fight for all of us. And I'm so happy for that. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys all. I love Lemon Grove. I love you. And there was never a day when I was not fighting to give all of us a voice here in Lemon Grove. Thank you guys all so much.
Next, we have remarks by Councilmember Gaston.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here, and it's quite an experience after really 22 years of serving in public office, 10 years on the school board and 12 years on the city council. And I was thinking that really I should offer to the Historical Society that I could show up for History Alive. And it's probably not too soon. I know as a historian that you actually want to talk to people when they're still active, because the experiences people have are often very valuable, and you don't want to wait a long time. But there's quite a lot to reflect on, and really tonight is about the new council. It's very exciting to see new people come in. It's very exciting to see energy from the community. The most important thing on the ballot was Measure T. And I often said that Measure T was much more important than any of the candidates. And I hope everyone noticed Measure T got more votes than the top two candidates for mayor combined. Measure T got 7,500 votes, which is incredible. And for those of us that were involved in the long campaign to bring funding to this city, it's an incredible moment. It's really an incredible moment. The problem was identified in 2010 during my first term on the council. Shortly after we formed Heartland, which was, I was looking back and realizing that the Heartland Joint Powers Association that took effect in 2010 during my first term on the council, probably the most important thing happened during my time in the council. And it was also 2010 that the recession hit particularly hard, and we knew that our budget model was not sustainable, mainly because the cost of public services was going up much faster than the revenues. Than revenues. And it wasn't really the recession so much as long-term structural concerns, but it was a long campaign starting in 2010 to bring funding to the city. And a lot of people, they know who they are, were part of this. Some people mocked us. Some people said, oh, the first thing you think of is taxes. Some people mocked us. Yeah, a lot of people mocked us, actually. Some people said working class community doesn't want to support taxes. Well, and now I'm glad to see that we got 72%. Not only did we get 72%, but the election results show we passed Measure T while the giant city next to us narrowly failed to pass their sales tax measure. And you know who voted for their sales tax measure? It was the working class communities. It was the communities close to us that had been hit by the storms. So we're lucky to be here in Lemon Grove. We're lucky to be the community that we are. We're lucky to have our small city of 27,000 people, and we should be proud to be working with each other. There's so much more I could say, but it's important to turn it over to the new people, the people that are coming into office. Before I hand over the mic, I just want to say thank you to all the people that have made this possible, and I'll have to say, you know who you are, because there's way too many of you. But I will say I appreciate having my assembly member and former co-worker here, Lachey Collins, and everybody knows how much I appreciate our city manager. That was one of the most important things that I was part of, was hiring her, and our city attorney. I never forget our city attorney, and my dear friend, her mayor, and such an amazing bunch of people, Jennifer Mendoza and Jerry Jones and Mayor Sessom, Mary Sessom, who was here earlier, had to leave, and of course Tom Clavey, the person that I beat to get this job, and it's sort of comical when you think of it, and of course Susanna and all the firefighters. There's too many people, so I'm just going to cut it off there and say thank you so much. it's been real, it's been amazing. I first ran for office 30 years ago when I was relatively new to Lemon Grove. And now I look back on 30 years in the city and how the city has welcomed me, welcomed my family, and been such a wonderful community. You'll see me at the farmers market on Thursdays. I hope everybody goes to the farmers market on Thursday afternoons. Yeah, and when I'm not teaching on Thursdays, that's where you'll see me. You'll see me probably at 1 or 2 council meetings, not too many. Depends on what's on the agenda. And I've offered to serve. I've offered to serve wherever I'm needed. I'm sure I'll be in a committee if that's what people want. I've offered to be as helpful as I possibly can. So thank you, and with very mixed feelings, I take pride
Next, I'd like to call forward Mayor Raquel Vasquez.
Good evening, everyone. Oh no, we're going to start all over because this is an awesome evening, very exciting that we're going to have this change of leadership. And so I will reintroduce myself for the last time as mayor. And then I hope that you would respond with a resounding good evening. My name is Raquel Vasquez, mayor for the city of Lemon Grove. Good evening. Good evening. And I'll say that serving as your mayor for the past 8 years and 4 years as a council member has been an honor of a lifetime. And I'm filled with immense gratitude, pride, and hope for our city. Thank you for entrusting me with the opportunity to serve and lead. To my family, especially my husband that's over there in the back and my daughter, thank you for inspiring my passion for service and being there every step of the way. As the first Black woman mayor in the entire county of San Diego and the longest serving Black mayor in the entire county of San Diego, we made history. Woo. And it's not just in what we have achieved together, it's how we've done it. With collaboration, resilience, and a true commitment to progress. Over the last 8 years, we faced challenges that tested our strength, including a global pandemic, economic uncertainty, and systemic racism issues. But with my leadership, Lemon Grove has shown incredible strength and resilience. And together, we have achieved remarkable milestones that will benefit our community for years to come. I stabilized the finances for the city, and with my leadership, brought transparency to the city budget, fixing years of deficit spending, and charting the path for financial stability. With the passage of Measure T, under my leadership, the city will now generate nearly $6 million annually for the next 10 years to support stability and city services and future investments in our quality of life. economic growth and recovery were realized under my leadership with the launch of a successful economic stimulus program, driving new customers to our small local businesses, boosting our economy. Lemon Grove has grown from 216 businesses in 2016 to over 400 businesses doing business and generating tax dollars for the city. You can clap for that. And so that creates more jobs and more tax revenue for the city. But also, I want to point out that Lemon Grove is the only city in the entire county of San Diego that met the state-mandated affordable housing requirements. And out of 483 cities located through this state, well, I'll have to say, locally, we were the only city, but statewide, we were 1 out of 13 cities that met the state-mandated requirements for affordable housing. So, yes, clap on that. And what it does is it demonstrates my commitment to housing equality, making sure that everyone has a place to lay their head. This year, we made the largest investment in our infrastructure, dedicating $5.4 million to street repairs. Now, that's the biggest investment that this city has ever realized in its existence. And that's gonna fix nearly 70 streets throughout our city. So look for that work to come forward. Public safety has always been a top priority for me. And under my leadership, we invested in law enforcement, fire services, and sought out more grants. We also introduced a state-of-the-art fire engine and kept that ISO rating, which is a gold standard rating for the city. And I championed the first ever climate action plan for the city of Lemon Grove. Now that's big. It demonstrates our commitment to making sure that we create an environment that's sustainable, not just for us today, but for future residents of Lemon Grove. Under my leadership, we also developed the first ever storm drain master plan and updated the public pavement master plan and the sidewalk master plan. These plans position the city to apply and receive grant money for much needed projects and programs. Finally, I was very proud to bring back the Planning Commission to our city. To empower our community to shape Lemon Grove's future and future development. You know, I am really proud of all of these accomplishments. And these accomplishments, they truly reflect staff, my council, colleagues, support, and residents' commitment to a better Lemon Grove. As we prepare to turn that page, because some really great folks are going to be sworn in tonight, and you're going to get a mayor, Mary-elect Snow, in the role of mayor. I want you to know that this community truly means a lot to me. This is my home, and I truly love and embrace every single neighbor that I have met along the way in this journey. You know, I'm very confident that Lemon Grove truly has a bright future. And I will always cherish the memories and progress that we've made together. Now, I will tell you this isn't goodbye. It's not goodbye. It's simply see you real soon. Woo. As a proud neighbor and supporter,
of our beloved city. And that's combined with my deep personal commitment to service to all mankind. Thank you.
I'm left-handed, so I have to switch.
Okay, I'm now going to ask Mayor-elect Snow to please come forward to the podium. And we have a special guest swearing her in tonight. This is our newly elected assembly member for our district, Dr. Lachey Sharp Collins.
I'll have my family come up and join us.
No, honestly, good evening, everyone. Okay, I'm gonna try it one more time. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
All right. I am your newest assembly member, Dr. Lachey Sharp Collins, and it is an honor to be here over the city of Lemon Grove to swear in your mayor-elect. All right. Mayor Snow, mayor-elect right now. This is a pivotal moment, not just for you, but for the city of Lemon Grove. Leadership is about service, and tonight marks the beginning of a new chapter of collaboration, vision, and progress for this community. I have no doubt that under your leadership, Lemon Grove will continue to rise and will also continue to thrive. As you prepare to stand here to take this oath of office that I'm going to administer, I want you to know that you are standing here to represent a community that is rooted in strength, resilience, and unity. You ready to take this oath?
Ready to take the oath.
All right. Mayor-elect Snow. I state your name.
I, Allison Snow,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will
well
well and faithfully
and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations, Mayor Allison Snow. City of Lemon Grove, it is my honor to officially recognize our Mayor of Lemon Grove, Allison Snow, as we look forward to your leadership, your vision, and your service to this community. Let's give her another round of applause. Mayor.
All right, actually, I need a picture. Do you know how hard it is to get a family picture with these people? So I'm gonna get these people up here, come on. Yeah. I got my brother and Julie here. And the grandbaby and Chris and Betty are here too, but the grandbaby's not down for this. She'd steal a show anyway. All right, smile everybody. I just want to start by thanking these people. I just want to start by thanking the mayor. She left a good legacy here, and her team and the other council members. It was really humbling to stand up here, and I wish you could see the beautiful faces that I see out here. It is a daunting responsibility to step into these shoes. We've got a lot of work to do here in Lemon Grove. The January floods showed just how bad our infrastructure has gotten, and I was there talking to the families, seeing how those floods impacted their homes and their livelihoods, and it was devastating. Those funds that you allow us to use with Measure T, that sales tax funding, are precious dollars. I know how hard it is to earn those dollars, and I'm so grateful that you have given us the trust, and we will earn that trust to spend that money wisely, to invest in our community, to rebuild our streets, to rebuild our infrastructure, to fix those storm drains, to get the street lighting and the sidewalks. We are really looking for a new dawn and a new day in Lemon Grove, and you've invested in yourself. And so I'm so excited to take leadership at a time like that. I'm skipping my family for the moment because I know I'll start falling. But this journey is really difficult. As anybody who has ever run for office knows, it is a family endeavor. I'd like to honor my husband, my mom, my grandmother, who turns 100 in just a couple of months, and who is one of my biggest cheerleaders through everything. I'd like to thank my children. Zuzu was telling this story about how she thought she was getting an Uber ride home from High Tech High, and instead she ended up at an event where she was serving snow cones. It's an all-team effort, all hands on deck. Our family lives that way, and that's why we fit in so well in this community. It's a community that jumps up to support each other whenever there's issues and whenever there's problems. I am so grateful for the opportunity to see so many faces in here that I just adore. So many people who have been by my side. There's even somebody who's known me since I was 18 years old, and not my brother. My first year high school or college roommate. It's just amazing the connections that we made, old friends and new friends. I look forward to the leadership, and I am really grateful for the opportunity to continue to serve with Jennifer Mendoza. But also, I've had incredible conversations with Steve and with Jessica. These are people who are dedicated to this city. They are just solid gold. Their hearts are gold, and it's a team that really wants to work together. I think division is gone. Now the new mantra is we're going to do this together and we're going to do it right. I'm excited for the voices. Steve is also historic for us. I think definitely the first Samoan in Lemon Grove. First. So we're excited. We're an incredible community, and thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you.
What's happening right now is they're signing the oath of office.
All right. Next on the agenda is the swearing in ceremony for our newly elected council member, Jessica Heredia.
I have some family, I think, stuck in the corner over there. I'm gonna have them come up, please. Stand with me.
As the family's coming up, I'd also like to invite Alan Durden, Executive Director of the La Mesa Juneteenth Foundation, to administer the oath of office to our new council member.
Okay, here we go. Right hand up. I state your name,
I, Jessica Heredia,
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California
the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear the faith and allegiance
that I will bear the faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California,
to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution to the State of California.
that I take this obligation freely
Take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
upon which I'm about to enter.
of which I am about to enter.
Congratulations, Councilwoman.
Thank you. Come surround me. This is my family. This is my daughter Leanna, my sister Angela, my niece Alexis, my brother-in-law Alan, and my great niece, or great nephew. Sorry, I don't do good at that. Madden. So Eric's over there somewhere, my other nephew, and I think Amaya, my great niece. And I just want to say thank you, Lemon Grove. Thank you to all the people that came out to vote. You really showed that you're ready for change, that you're really ready to move this city forward. And I can't wait to be a part of that mission with you. I want to build bridges and I want to repair old, complications out there and disagreements with people. I want to work with you. I want to just drive this city into an economic development into the downtown area, bring back the rec center or some sort of rec services, as well as the senior center. We need those things for our community. They're important. I want to see those storm drains fixed and those streets tackled. Sidewalks, definitely. You know, we can do this. Slow and steady wins the race. So let's go, let's do it. And call me if you want to chat, you want to meet for coffee. I plan on doing a coffee with a candidate or with a council member now. Once a month to kind of just offer my my knowledge to you, because I think that that's one of the things that we're all kind of craving, is knowledge and a voice. So I want to be that for you, and I look forward to working with you. Thank you. Are you done with photos? You're good?
So as soon as she's done signing, we'll have her come join us up here on the dais. And next up, we will now have the swearing-in ceremony for our newly elected council member, Steve Bayay. And at this time, we'll also have Cameron and Riley Bayay administer the oath of office for a new council member.
Would you please raise your right hand? I state your name.
I, Steve Bayay,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of
and
California
the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and to the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I am about to enter.
We're so proud of you, Dad. Congratulations, Councilmember Fowler.
All right. I don't deserve these. She does. We have a certain way that we pose. All right. I'm truly grateful. I feel so blessed and so honored. My dad died in 1997 and my mom passed away in 2016. And when I was running for council, I said, man, I wish I could be here to see this. And so I honored them by committing to you, the city of Lemon Grove, to share you and to love on you. If you know anything about the Samoan people, we're all about family and family first. And so there's about 27,000 people in the city of Lemon Grove. I have about 27,000 family members. So it's like a little city. So having to navigate through our family stuff is pretty easy. So I'm super excited for this journey. I'm super excited to work alongside Jennifer Mendoza and Jessica, and our newly elected Mayor Allison, and I'm just super excited to work with the city staff. Guys, I feel so honored and so blessed. This is truly something that I couldn't have done without my two sons, and then my queen. She's not only my queen, but she served as the campaign manager, the boss. I mean, can you imagine? You get bossed around like 24/7. So it's crazy. But I feel truly blessed and honored, and thank you. A lot of my family and my friends are here. I'm so grateful for all of you guys. I'm a man of faith, and I'll never forget Allison, Jennifer, Jessica. I'll never forget on my daily walks. I would walk this neighborhood, and I would walk by this community building, and I would pray for every single one of you guys, name by name.
Amen.
I would pray for you by name. That God now would not only bless you, but He would bless your family.
Amen.
And so today is a result of that.
Yes.
So I'm so grateful. God bless you. Let me go. Let's go to work.
All right, as we welcome all the council members up here, we get to enjoy some of Steve's family is going to come and do a dance for us. It's one of the Somali cultural dances, so I'm very excited to have it. Whenever they have big events in the Somali culture, there's dancing, and we're excited to have that.
No? Awesome. This is my self-proclaimed favorite niece. Her name is Kyrie, and she's a senior at Helix High School. Let me give Helix. But she is going to dance, and what we do is it's tradition for our culture. Is anytime there's a significant event such as this, we want to honor the city of Lemon Grove, and we want to honor our council members and our staff with a special dance. So ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Kylie. All right, James.
All right, now it's time for us all to celebrate. We're going to take a brief recess. We can enjoy some refreshments in the back here, and then we'll regroup after we've had the opportunity to have some refreshments and come back up. Thank you.
Okay, that's cool. Oh, well, it's online somewhere. It will be. I gotta take all this up there.
I'm doing a vlog. I'm totally video bombing. Okay.
We love you, Truth. We love you here.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm waiting for your email or something. For your comments. I was gonna move all my stuff.
It helped?
Just no. I think.
I just came to congratulations to you. That was beautiful words, and you so deserve it.
Thank
Here,
you.
let me help you.
Okay, yeah.
Would you like some cake?
No, thank you.
Oh yeah, we go way back.
Oh, okay. I think I'll go put this on the diet.
It was a long one, but it was a good one.
What's up? Are you? No, I didn't eat cake yet. You ate my cake, girl. No, I'm teasing you. Are you recording? She's doing it. So she recorded. Good. God bless you all. God bless you all. Hallelujah.
two? Let's look at one. That second one, that's gonna be tough. Oh gosh. Yeah. I saw. I heard it. I'll make sure to
Oh, you're driving. I got it. How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Are you still right now?
Hi, you guys. Hello. Congratulations on getting out alive. Yeah, I didn't put the right number down. I just said,
I know. That's exactly what I tell people. Well, yes. Knowing I don't
Well, there's 3 different streams on there. And they kept shutting off.
Are you a Padres fan?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's all right.
Are you recording for website or something? Oh, good. So I missed Allison and the first two.
It's all you.
Thank you. Don't put it up. You gotta edit it before you put it up.
It's already the,
How are you? Housing advocate. Are we still for a while?
yeah, I'll go to a few preliminary shots tomorrow, and then all of the innocent shots probably. Greg Jackson. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Okay. I'm all for the city all the time. Obviously, the city I'm not going to come. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
I like the balloon.
You'd be surprised. I got more than that.
It's all right. You can just pick the one for
It keeps you
meeting
young.
starts.
Yeah, exactly. You zoom in, walk away.
If not, I'm Greg Johnson. Now you can recommend, hey,
Yeah,
Greg
let's
Jackson.
get the, yeah, exactly. Let's get Greg out there. He wants it. All right, now
Well, if they can give me a camera.
Oh, yeah. We got the money. We're gonna do it.
I'm sure we do. I'm sure we do.
I'm doing good. I'm doing better than you are. Next go round will be okay. Enjoy the park.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. Love you guys. Oh gosh.
Right now I've been in Hey, there's a lot of stuff to fix. A lot is still on the I like the strike one too. Is Mike Brady did one that
So I knew it was like I'm the only
I hear my name. Bye, Brenda. That's not how it goes first. Hey, you'll see what's ahead.
Yeah, exactly. It makes life easier, right?
Careful, that hole right there lets the sun step right. Where did it go? Is it open?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh wait, no, it's up there.
Is there another balloon up there?
Yeah, it's up there. That was so weird.
Oh, there's no more balloon. No, there's no more balloon up there.
See, there's so low.
No, I don't see anyone.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being able to come out. We are now reconvening, and now I will ask the clerk to go ahead and call the roll with our new city council members on board.
Councilmember Heredia.
Here.
Councilmember Fayai.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Mendoza.
Here.
Mayor Snow.
Here.
Mayor Snow, we have a quorum of the city council.
And are there any changes to the agenda?
Mayor Snow, we have no changes to tonight's agenda.
All right, next we have the general public comment portion of the meeting. During this portion of the meeting, the public is invited to express their concerns, thoughts, ideas for how we can improve Lemon Grove together. It also pertains to items not currently on the agenda. According to state law, the city council is not allowed to respond at this time. So I know sometimes that's a frustrating portion of this process. If you're here taking notes, and we will try and take the opportunity to follow up with you. And if you indicate on your speaker notes that you want follow-up, please put that down. And if you haven't done it in the past, just make a note of it when you come up to speak, and we'll be sure to follow up with you. If appropriate, the staff will be directed to follow up the speaker as well. And per municipal code, Chapter 2.14.15, all remarks must be addressed to the city council as a body and not to any individual council member. Each speaker will have the opportunity to speak for 3 minutes. When speaking, please observe the green, yellow, and red light at the podium. And the red light indicates the time is expired and it's time for the next person's opportunity to speak. Next, so I will begin calling the public speakers. First, we have James Donovan. Is James Donovan here? Okay, we'll hold on to him to the end to see if he comes back in. Next, we have Truth.
All right, why do I always have to be first? Am I done? I don't think so.
Esting, okay, first for a reason. I want to correct some misinformation I once heard. This is not a roach-infested council. Last time I was here, I actually saw a spider. This is not that bad. At a previous council meeting, a speaker mentioned how outside interest with lawyers and consultants consultants get priority over the residents. That behind the scenes, everything's a done deal, and meetings and commissions end up being mere political theater. That is unfortunately mostly true. In the town of Dalton, Illinois, where massive corruption is currently thriving under one Tiffany Henyard, they used to have a portion of the meeting dedicated to what's called citizens' address. It was at the end of a council meeting where anyone could get their questions answered versus what's called public comment, where there is no guarantee of an answer. The more people that get involved in their government, the faster positive change is going to happen, as they see that representation has not been happening on many levels. Much worse at the county, state, and federal level, but the city level is where real change is possible, and I am hopeful about that. And one major change needed is no more political theater resolutions like that meaningless, welcoming city nonsense publicly brought in at the last minute by outside influences over the real life concerns of actual local residents. And lastly, it's time I educate everyone, especially George, who I hope he should have stayed, about the dangers of lithium batteries and their toxic fumes. This is from a video called Electric Vehicle Fire, created by the Colorado Metro Fire Rescue. Please be patient.
A specialized electric vehicle fire blanket, which is used to smother the fire. Those blankets cost anywhere between $3,000 and $5,000 and weighs 62 pounds. It takes at least 4 personnel to put it on the vehicle. They're using respiratory protection while they're doing that. Some people might be wondering why we don't just use water on that, like a normal vehicle fire, a combustion engine fire. And it's because it's ineffective. It can take tens of thousands of gallons of water to extinguish them. Even if it does extinguish them, now we've created a bigger hazardous materials incident with the runoff water. There's also a risk that even after water has been applied and successfully suppressed the fire, that those batteries will reignite later, this emerging hazard, not only with electric vehicles, but electric mobility devices that have lithium-ion batteries, and then certainly all of the small devices that many of us are carrying in our pockets.
The point is, these are the most important precautions you could take. 1, don't use water on a lithium fire. 2, never throw your lithium batteries into the trash. You're going to cause more fires at the landfill. 3, never charge your lithium devices unattended or while you sleep, because there's less chance you're going to be able to respond to the fire. And one number on my own. 5, know that the green agenda is killing the planet. And I'm going to have another point here. Those cake slicers back there, they deserve a bonus. Thank you.
Next up, we have Donna Lynn Clabby.
Hi, I feel like I'm going down memory lane.
Oh.
Been a resident, as you all know, since 1953.
Miss Clabby, if you can hold a mic to your mouth.
Close. Miss Clabby, if you can hold the mic close to your mouth. Yes, it's on. You just have to hold it really close to your mouth.
Oh, right there?
Closer.
Right
Yes,
there?
perfect.
Okay, thank you. Been a resident since 1953, homeowner since 1955, celebrated my 90th birthday last Sunday. I feel like I said, going down memory lane, and I want to welcome all of you to the new city council and welcome our new mayor. I mean, it's priceless. You have no idea. I hope the mantra will be, how may I serve? That's powerful. How may I serve? Not myself, but how may I serve the city of Lemon Grove? Tom would say, my husband, who served on the city council for 12 years, he was ousted by George Gaston. And he would say, I have the same house, I have the same wife, and he would say, and I have the same liquor store. And then he would say, Donna, we need a new liquor store. And I don't know how many liquor stores we have here in Lemon Grove, you may have them, but we do have a lot. Anyway, I just want to wish everybody good peace in your heart and looking forward to seeing you again. Maybe not often, but when I feel like I want to come up here and spend some time. Hope the meetings won't go to 10 o'clock. They start at 6, they should be off at 8. Thank you very
Next up, we have Ken King.
Good morning, council. As you know, I've been here for 6 months asking for the Troy Street project to be put on the agenda. Hopefully, with some new council members, we can get this put on the agenda. The people of Lemon Grove do not want this. We've asked for it to be moved. We've asked for it to stop, and nothing has happened. So hopefully, people are listening. If not, we'll be back here. Every single meeting until we are heard. Thank you.
Next, we have Mr. John L. Wood.
John L. Wood. Some of you know me from a couple years ago, when I started coming here. Some of you weren't even here. I started coming to the city council when Mayor Dorman was going out. That was a long time ago. Anyway, some good news. It's taken 6 to 8 years for me coming to the podium to ask you to clean the creek. The creek started being cleaned last Monday. Hooray.
Next up, Rick Gold.
Went home.
Brenda Hammond.
Hello. I just want to remind everybody that us being a welcoming city is fine, but we need to vet the people coming into our city. You guys keep pushing aside that we've had problems here that ended up being nationwide. So just a reminder that the red team won, get over it. The blue team is still around. Mix them together and we have purple. And then I have a yellow balloon in here for Lemon Grove and then one with all multicolors on it. Thank you. And I hope you guys do well.
Next up, we have Stephanie Becker.
Hello, congratulations. I hope you're all successful. You're successful, Lemon Grove is successful, and our neighbors are successful. I have one question, or one request. I ask all of you. This tiny project, tiny home, whatever you want to call it, it's been a bone of contention. We all know that. And everybody's argued about it. Everybody's put their problems out there with it. I'm asking all of you to take another look at the parameters. A low barrier shelter is unacceptable for any community, requiring nothing of the people that you're giving homes to, and you are doing nothing for them. When you require nothing, you are doing nothing for them, to help them, to treat them. All you're doing is throwing a roof over their head and in 6 months saying, oops, you're in the same position, but now it's someone else's turn. That doesn't work. It's not productive, and it's not a good use of money. Another favor I'm asking all of you
in the sense of transparency, fairness, and honesty to the people of Lemon Grove, your neighbors in Spring Valley, all these things that you decide to do that affect your neighbors when you say you want to be a good neighbor. Being a good neighbor means thinking about others. And serving people, sitting up there and serving people means serving your people of your city. So with that said, I'm asking, this empty seat, there should be an election. There should be no favoritism, no appointing our friends, no appointing who's gonna sway the vote. Do an open, free, fair election where the people of Lemon Grove can choose who is gonna vote for them. Because the issues you vote on are important, and they affect everybody in Lemon Grove, and they affect your neighbors. That Troy Street project, whether anybody wants to acknowledge it or not, is affecting your Spring Valley neighbors. And it's not affecting them in a good way. You're affecting their home values, you're affecting the potential danger for their homes and children.
Next up, we have Matt Kostrinski.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. First, my name is Matt Kostrinski with ASME Local 127. I appreciate being here. I want to welcome the new council members. I'm looking forward to the ability to engage and talk now that we have the contract ratified and so forth. We can have a more expansive conversation about workers and so forth. But I appreciate everything that you all do and look forward to the city doing in the future. I would like to emphasize that last council meeting talked about demolition of bathrooms and redevelopment of it. I would hope the new council would look at whether staff internally could do some of this work. And if not, what kind of training can be done to bring this kind of work, including like roads, which you're looking to do now that's out contracted. What work can the city do internally so that you have it ongoing versus contracting out the expense of overseeing and management of that? So I appreciate you all. I look forward to you all. I look forward, hopefully, that there's more than questions, that you're able to get out to the employees and so forth. And we look forward to a robust conversation going forward. Thank you.
I'd like to invite Michelle Krug.
Good evening. I am so happy to see the changes in this council with our new mayor. I am very much looking forward to working with all of you. I also finally have hope that we may actually get accessibility to these council meetings. I've been advocating for this for years, that we go back to COVID times for that one item, to be able to access, being able to ideally participate, but definitely to be able to view these council meetings. So I have hope that that will happen sooner than later. And I also am thrilled that finally the labor contract has been completed. That took so long. And I hope that the conversations continue on as to different aspects so that it doesn't have to wait from contract to contract. Thank you.
Deanna Hales.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, council members, staff, and everyone in attendance. Again, my name is Susanna Hales, and I'm the PAC Chair for Heartland Firefighters of Lemon Grove, Local 2728. I'm up here again tonight to just update you on our local fundraising efforts. When I spoke to you last, we were getting ready to host our fundraising Halloween-themed pancake breakfast a couple months ago. I'm happy to tell you that we had a fantastic turnout. We were able to raise over $2,000 for our charitable fund. We've already turned around and put some of that money back into the community by hosting a booth for the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Walk last month, handing out snacks, water, and cheering on participants as they walked or ran by. We're also currently in the process of purchasing gifts and essentials for a local Lemon Grove single-parent family of 6 who has children ranging from 2 years old to 15. This family has been displaced from their home and are in need of some holiday cheer this Christmas. Home Depot has generously donated household essentials as well as decorations and toys for this family. Well, we will also use some of our charitable funds that we raised to help support this family. Each of our members donates their own money as well, so we can give that much more. While we've never asked the community for donations before for our Christmas family, I know we have some very kind and generous people here who may want to know how they can help. If you do feel so compelled, we're happy to accept gift cards for grocery stores, Target, Walmart, or any place where the family can fill their essential needs. You can contact us on Instagram, Facebook, or come by the station with any donations by this Thursday the 19th. We will be delivering everything this Friday. And with that, I would like to wish you all a safe and happy holiday season with your loved ones.
And our last speaker for the evening is Joy Bates.
Welcome aboard, everyone who's new, and welcome back, everyone who's not. I want to thank everyone who did serve in the past council. As a public servant, you dedicated your time and your energies to the community, and I want to thank you for that. I'm praying that all of us, we're in this together. You up there, but all of us down here and all those in the community. I'm praying that we can work together for the good of souls. I know the potholes are important, but I place souls over potholes, and I'm a housing advocate. I'm praying that we can have more low-income housing here in our own community. Permanent housing first is what I advocate for. Permanent housing first. I'm also here for not only our tenants, but also our landlords. If they're supported, they don't have to pass the buck so much. And also for our homeowners in our community that are struggling to hold on to their homes. Insurance costs, all kinds of people are struggling right now. Food, gas, our business owners are struggling, everybody's struggling. So I'm hoping that we can come together as a community instead of the us-them situations that I've seen since I've been here, and come together as we, because we're one. As long as there's one person suffering, we're all suffering. But welcome aboard, we've got work to do. I love you all, God bless.
I'm gonna try James Donovan again. James Donovan. And then, another late entry. I said it was the last, but we have another late entry. We have Liana LeBaron. Welcome back.
Hello. Hello, Council. I'm Liana LeBaron, as you guys all know. So there's a saying that goes, what starts well will end well. With that said, I think it's important that I state some things into the public record so that you folks all know what the expectations are going to be for you moving forward. In July of this year, the County Board of Supervisors made a vote. They made a decision about a project that is supposed to be built in our community. A lot of this community wants this topic to be agendized. So, that being said, new council members and you guys have a duty and a responsibility to this public to be responsive. Like, to your community to be responsive. So that's something that you guys need to agendize. So you are on notice, the new people, you're on notice. Also, there is now a vacant council seat. I'm letting you guys all know that there is a very large portion of our community that wants that council seat to be filled by a fair and open election. No appointment, an election. There are men and women who honorably serve this country so that democracy can take place. Let's not put that to vain. Let's have an election. So you guys know, some of the marching orders for you guys moving forward is you need to listen to the community. You need to start agendizing what they want to have discussed in the open. And those are 2 topics that you guys need to get to kind of quickly. That's it.
I'd just like to share that the clerk's office has received written communication under general public comment. That email communication has been placed before you all here at the dais, and copies of that comment letter can be found right as you enter the community center.
All right, now the general public comment portion of the meeting is now closed. Do we have, well, before we get to the approval of the consent calendar, we do have one public comment. So, make it on public comment, Truth.
All right, so this is item 2B, the payments. I continue to find nothing corrupt in the spending. If someone has real evidence, not baseless allegations, then please provide the evidence. Specific spending, dates, and times so that everybody can easily research it to confirm or deny it. Because I see nothing but purchases such as pest control, postage, pressure washing, and tree trimming. Kind of boring. In this round of spending, there were reimbursements for Jennifer. Oh, this is the juicy details. Get ready. $149 for a 2018 Apple iPod, and $371 for mileage, Uber, and meals for the Cal Cities meeting. Not that outrageous, sorry. One of the highest expenses, the Ardura Group, consulting and engineering, got over $43,000. They usually do water-related projects such as culverts. So again, I want to dispel rumors. I've looked at the city spending that is listed in every agenda I've read, and I have never seen any fraudulent or questionable charges or overspending. The city has a very small budget, hence the tax. So I hope some people aren't expecting huge infrastructure projects that are not actually possible. There have also been allegations regarding the spending against the work done by Lydia. I find that incredible, considering that she's actually been doing double duty and always seems to do her best to answer people's questions as well as play photographer when needed. Maybe someone had a personal problem, but for me, I can only be appreciative of your hard work and of the transparent records that are displayed in every agenda packet that is accessible to everybody online. My only critique of the spending is there's actually not enough spending. I'm still waiting for the audio-video equipment procurement and installation. It shouldn't take this long, so hopefully, when the next budget comes up, action will finally be planned and accounted for. Thank you.
Do I have a motion to approve the consent calendar?
I move that we approve the consent calendar.
I'd like to second it.
Clerk, are you ready to call the vote?
The motion was made by Mayor Pro Tem Mendoza with a second by Councilmember Heredia to approve the consent calendar. I will now conduct the roll to go on the record. Councilmember Heredia.
Councilmember Heredia, aye.
Councilmember Fayai.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Mendoza.
Aye.
Mayor Snow.
Aye.
The motion carries on a vote of 4-0.
Okay, next we will move on to item number 3. This is in a measure to authorize the city manager to execute agreements with the California Department of Tax and Fee Administration for the implementation of the local transactions and use tax, and authorize the examination of sales or transactions and use tax records. So I'll introduce Stacy Tang, our finance director, to present the staff report. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Mayor, council members, staff, and everyone else in attendance. This agenda item.
Stacy, I'm gonna interrupt. You've gotta hold the mic straight to your mouth and don't move it down, please.
Okay.
Thank you,
I'll
ma'am.
try my best. So first, I will go over the information that's relevant to this item. First, here is a review of the agenda item. Next slide, please. On July 16, 2024, the council approved to submit to the electors a ballot measure to increase the city's sales and use tax, also known as sales tax, by 1% or 1 cent. On November 5th, 2024, statewide election, I'll say that again, on November 5th, 2024 statewide general election, the majority of the voters approved Measure T, which is named the Lemon Grove Sales Tax Measure. The city's transactions and use tax ordinance was passed by simply majority by the voters with an operative or effective date of December 27, 2024. The city is required to enter into 2 agreements with the California Department of Tax and Fee Administration, or CDTFA, to prepare to administer the ordinance and for the ongoing administration of the ordinance. Staff is seeking the council to approve the city officers, employees, and representative to examine confidential tax records. Next slide, please. The California Department of Tax and Fee Administration. They administers California's sales and use tax, as well as a variety of other taxes and fees. Next slide, please. One of the 2 agreements that the city is required to enter into with the CDTFA is the preparatory agreement. Under the agreement, the preparatory work necessary for CDTFA to administer the ordinance includes developing procedures, programming for data processing, developing and adopting appropriate regulations, designing and printing forms, and developing instructions for the CDTFA staff and for taxpayers. Next slide, please. The CDTFA's costs for the preparatory work shall not exceed $175,000, which will be billed periodically. Staff is requesting an appropriation of $175,000 from the general fund to temporarily cover this cost until such a time when the transactions and use taxes are received to reimburse the general fund. Next slide. The other agreement that the city is required to enter into with CDTFA is the administrative agreement. This agreement is for the ongoing administration and operation of the ordinance. The CDTFA's cost amount will be as provided for by law and deducted from the taxes collected by the CDTFA for the city. Next slide, please. The second resolution to this agenda item is to seek council to authorize examinations of confidential records. Accessing of confidential tax records is necessary for analysis and reporting, which assists the city staff in forecasting and budgeting for the city operations. With the approval, the council will then authorize the city manager the finance director treasurer, finance manager treasurer, and Hinderliter, the Yamas, and Associates, DBA HDL Company, as the city's representative. Next slide, please. In conclusion, staff recommends the council to adopt the resolutions to authorize the city manager to execute agreements with the California Department of Tax and Fee Administration for implementation of a local transactions and use tax, and authorize examination of sales or transactions and use tax, and authorize the necessary budget amendment of $175,000 to temporarily cover preparatory costs to administer the ordinance until such a time when the transactions and use taxes are received to reimburse the general fund. That concludes my presentation. Any questions?
Thank you so much, Ms. Tang. Very good presentation, we really appreciate it. At this time, it's my understanding that we don't have any speaker slips for this item, is that correct?
Mayor Snow, that is correct.
So the general public comment portion of this agenda is now closed, and we'll go to round one of questions. We'll start with Councilmember Fide.
I have no questions.
Councilmember Heredia.
As far as the CDTFA's cost amount, do you have any idea what that might be an average of?
So Councilmember, it'll be $175,000 per year for them to do their work. And once the sales tax measure starts collecting, they'll just take it off the top.
Councilmember Mendoza.
So, okay, well, first of all, this is Ms. Tang's first presentation to us, so thank you. Want to acknowledge that, thank you.
Thank you.
So, this doesn't really change, or does it, how we're collecting sales tax now?
It does not change.
Okay, we're just gonna get more.
Correct.
Okay, it's still gonna go to the state, all go to the state, and then, we rely on them to give us the money. Alright, I just want to clarify.
We'll move on to the second round of questions. Councilmember Faya, do you have any questions, or do you have, and this is also your opportunity to deliberate?
No questions.
Councilmember Heredia.
I just wanted to say, it sounds like this is just a formality that we have to go through, correct?
Councilmember Mendoza.
I have no further questions. I'll go ahead and we have to adopt 3 resolutions. Okay, so I'll move that we adopt a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute agreements with California Department of Tax and Fee Administration for implementation of a local transactions and use tax.
Second.
I'll second that.
The motion was made by Mayor Pro Tem Mendoza with a second by Councilmember Heredia to adopt a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute agreements with the California Department of Tax and Fee Administration for implementation of a local transactions and use tax. I will now come up the roll to go on the record. Councilmember Faya.
Aye.
Councilmember Heredia.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Mendoza.
Aye.
Mayor Snow.
Aye.
The motion carries on a vote of 4-0.
I move that we authorize the examination of sales or transactions and use tax records. Is there a second?
I'll second.
The motion was made by Mayor Snow with a second by Mayor Pro Tem Mendoza to adopt a resolution authorizing the examination of sales or transactions and use tax records. I'm gonna conduct the roll to go on the record. Councilmember Heredia.
Aye.
Councilmember Fayai.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Mendoza.
Aye.
Mayor Snow.
Aye.
The motion carries on a vote of 4-0.
I'll move that we authorize the necessary budget amendment of $175,000 to temporarily cover preparatory costs to administer the ordinance until such a time when the transactions and use taxes are received into Winkler's general fund.
Second?
The motion was made by Mayor Pro Tem Mendoza with a second by Mayor Snow to authorize the necessary budget amendment of $175,000 to temporarily cover preparatory costs to administer the ordinance until such a time when the transactions and use taxes are received to reimburse the general fund. I will now conduct the roll to go on the record. Councilmember Heredia.
Aye.
Councilmember Fayai.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Mendoza.
Aye.
Mayor Snow.
Aye.
The motion carries on a vote of 4-0.
Fantastic. Next we have item number 4. This is the Mayor Pro Tem rotation calendar. We will have the city manager, Lydia Romero, present the staff report.
Thank you, Madam Mayor and City Council members. Before you tonight is a request of staff to deviate from the council's current policy, which is attached to the agenda that was adopted in 2006. This is because this is the first time we've had an entire council changeover with the exception of one. And the staff is recommending that we deviate from the policy for 1 year to allow the new council members to have a year to get their sea legs, to understand the process, and to better serve the residents of Lemon Grove in 2026. Recommending that Mayor Pro Tem Mendoza continue her service for another year until December 17th of December 16th, 2025. And that concludes staff's report.
And the city clerk has presented me with speaker slips. The first speaker slip that we have on this item is from Brenda Hammond.
Thank you. Are we on? Okay. So I just want to say that.
It's on now.
Thank you. There's gonna be some people complaining that, that Councilmember Mendoza is gonna be Mayor Pro Tem again. But Lydia took the words right out of my mouth. I mean, we have 2 people up there that don't have a lot of experience yet. And I hope that when they have the experience, that they'll have the chance to rotate in as well. And, because we have a new mayor that hasn't been on the council that long, so she's gonna need, Mayor Pro Tem Mendoza's experience to help her. Thank you.
Next up, we have Truth.
Free pen right here. Yes to keeping Jennifer as the Mayor Pro Tem in the sense that she has council experience versus the newbies, but no in the sense that she won't threaten to walk away from the job. While on the job, I almost would prefer somebody new who really wants it to be given a chance. Considering that Jessica has attended numerous amounts of meetings, I'd be willing to give her an immediate chance at it. Or maybe even an unconventional compromise would be 6 months for Jennifer and then 6 months for Jessica. Lemon Grove could create another first. But considering that you, Jennifer, called for the question, to save everyone's sanity from yet another redundant self-serving monologue, And yeah, everybody knows what I'm talking about. It seems you do possess some needed knowledge and leadership. Thank you.
All right, that concludes the general public comment portion of the agenda for this item. We will now go to the next round of questions. I'll start with Councilmember Fayette.
I have no questions.
Councilmember Heredia?
I have no questions, but I would just like to say, thank you to Jennifer, because I do agree, we do need somebody up there that's got a little more experience, at least this first year.
Councilmember Mendoza?
Thanks, and I just want to clarify, that next year, because, the way we usually do it, Ms. Jessica was the highest bidder, she would be able to attend next year, and then the following year, we would rotate to, Councilmember Fayette, and then we would rotate to,
We'll now go around to a second round of questions, and this is also your opportunity to deliberate. Councilmember Fayette, do you have any further questions or comments?
No questions.
Councilmember Heredia?
No questions. I have no further questions. I'd like to move that we, accept or, adopt number 4, pro tem rotation calendar. That we confirm retaining Mayor Pro Tem Jennifer Mendoza to serve as Pro Tem until December 16th, 2025.
I second.
A motion was made by Councilmember Heredia with a second by Councilmember Fayette. I will now call the roll to go on the record. Councilmember Heredia?
Aye.
Councilmember Fayette?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Mendoza?
Aye.
Mayor Snow?
Aye.
The motion carries on a vote of 4-0.
All right, thank you so much. Now we're moving on to item number 5, consideration of options to fill the council vacancy. Our city manager and our city attorney, our city manager Lydia Romero and city attorney Kristen Steinke will present the staff report. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm gonna take the first shot, and Ms. Dunkey will jump in if I forget any of the information. Next slide, please. So, to fill the vacancy for the city council seat is either governed by the municipal code or by the government code section. Our municipal code does not address filling any vacancies to the city council seat, and as a general law city, we default to the government code. The government code section 36512 is the government code that governs the appointment process for newly or appointed elected officials for general law cities. This section governs the process and it governs the timeline in which we need to fill the vacancy seat. As you can see, the next general government code section 36512 sub B requires that either an appointment or an election to the vacancy office needs to be made within 60 days. The council needs to make the decision within 60 days to appoint or to elect. Should the city council choose the appointment process, you can direct staff to come back at your January 7th meeting. We can lay out the process for the applications and for the interview process and a proposed schedule to bring somebody on as an appointment. If the council chooses to call a special election, that can be done also on January 7th at our first city council meeting. And on the screen there, and I know it is in your staff reports, the government code section 36512 sub B sub 1 requires that an election be held no less than 114 days for a special election from the vacancy, from the day that it's called, from the day that it is called. We don't have a regularly established election, so this will be a special election if the council chooses to fill the vacancy with an election. As you can see from the chart, depending on when the city council calls for the election, the soonest we would be able to get someone to fill this vacancy seat will most likely be June of 2025, or August of 2025, or November of 2025, leaving that seat vacant for a very long period of time. In addition to the special election process, because there is not another election going on, we received an estimated cost, not a direct cost from the Register of Voters. They won't ever give us a direct cost until we actually do the election, between $250,000 and $500,000. Looking at other special elections that have happened over the course of the time, it's closer on the higher end. I projected we're probably close to $400,000 for the election. Because the Register of Voters has to ramp up for the election for this seat and then ramp down. Just a reminder for the City Council, the current election that happened in November of this year cost the city $175,000. And that was a consolidated election with county, multiple cities, multiple districts, and state and federal. So our cost was still relatively high for that particular election. Next slide, please. This item tonight is to discuss this item and give staff direction for your January 7th City Council meeting. And with that, I'm gonna turn it over to Ms. Steinke to make sure I did not miss any of the salient points.
Just to piggyback and clarify, you have two choices, appointment or special election. And tonight, we're just having a discussion. We don't need a vote from you, we just wanna get a consensus or direction from you about what you wanna see on January 7th. If we hear appointment, we will come back with an appointment procedure. If we hear special election, we'll come back with how to call the special election in a timely manner so that we can get that going as quickly as possible. Thank you.
We'd be happy to answer any questions.
All right, do we have any public comment on this item? First, we'll have Brenda Hammond.
I'm just a little bit confused about this, about learning. So, Seth Smith was a runner-up, if I'm hearing right. So, can we just put the runner-up in there? I mean, at least temporarily until you guys decide what you're gonna do. I mean, it would be good to have the council seat empty. Thank you.
Next up, we have Truth.
Okay, because the Lemon Grove Municipal Code does not have the process to fill the vacancies, I think that actually needs to change as soon as possible. And state law is talking about the appointment or a call for the special election. But can an appointment or an election consist of someone who lost in the last election? Can they be a former council member? Another election would cost a lot of money and probably wouldn't garner much attention, but this city needs a clean slate to keep moving forward. An appointment would not be a clean slate. It would cause unnecessary controversy and political tensions that are very risky for the health of local government, especially this one. So I vote for an election. Just don't choose an August election date when people are on vacation. November would be the wisest choice and probably the most expensive choice too. And may the wisest people vote for those they believe possess enough wisdom to make sound decisions for the city on behalf of their neighbors, because after all, I heard we're in this together. Thank you.
Next up, we'll have Michelle Crew.
Thank you, Joel, for your the November seems a very long time to me to wait to fill a 2-year position. This is only a partial term. By the time that would happen, the new person would take a while to get on board. It seems to me that because of the cost of a potential special election, this new city council that consists of new people should try and see if you can come up with someone that you're comfortable with, that can be appointed. If that doesn't work, you've got the recourse of a special election. That you automatically have. So to me, it would make sense to try to have that conversation and put it out to the community to, you know, have people choose to be part of it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'd like to give some time over to staff to be able to respond to some of the questions and inquiries that we had from public comment.
So one of the speakers said, can we just put in someone temporarily? Unfortunately, state law does not allow us to do that. When there's an appointment, it is a formal appointment to the process. We can't make a temporary appointment. And if directed, after we have this decision, staff could come back and take a look at a municipal code amendment to really address the temporary, to fill a temporary vacancy. Because this is, in my tenure of 8 years, this is the second time it has happened. We filled the first vacancy with an appointment, and in 2019, when a council member decided he couldn't fulfill his term. And lastly, Ms. Krug, staff concurs that there is a lot of work that needs to get done between now and November, if that's where the election is called. We've got goal setting, budgets, Measure T committee, so there's a lot of work ahead, and it would not be nice to have a complement of 5 members of the city council, not 4 members city council.
Could I add one thing to that? I wanted just to remind the council that this is for the unexpired term of Councilmember Snow's seat. So the term of whoever is appointed or elected would run only until December of 2026, at which time there would be another election to fill that seat. Whether the person runs or not is up to that person who is in the seat. And Ms. Krug made a good point, which is just because you move forward with a potential appointment and you can't make a decision as between the 4 of you, does not mean that you forego a special election. You can try to fill it by appointment, and if you cannot agree, you can always call the special election. Thank you.
All right, so now we'll take the public comment portion of the agenda is closed on this item, and we'll go to the first round of questions. We'll start with Councilmember Faye.
Question. The cost is $250,000 to $500,000. Does that come out of the general fund?
Yes, that would have to be an allocation of the general fund reserves. And that general fund pays for streets and road pavement and other services that don't fit nicely in a special fund that we have.
No further questions.
Councilmember Heredia?
Yes, I see here in the item that there is an alternative option. I would like a little more information on that, where it says that you can fill the vacancy by making an appointment without going through the application and or interview process, if the majority of council are in consensus. Can you explain a little bit about how that works, and would it be here in front of the public, or?
Yes, so the appointment process has to happen at a public meeting, that's agendized. So if the direction from the council is to move forward towards appointment, we can bring forward a suggested procedure for how to fill the vacant seat, which would be an application process, and then an interview process. The interviews take place in front of the city council. Public can participate, there's public comment. Alternatively, if there is a candidate that you all agree on, you don't have to go through the application process. You can just go straight to a vote on appointing that candidate, that person. And really, that's just an alternative procedure. You know, we're talking about appointment procedure, so you can all dictate what that procedure looks like.
Councilmember Mendoza?
I don't really have any questions. I did do a little research on this, and, the city manager is pretty much right on the cost of what a special election would be. Also, the research I did showed that in special elections, really isn't a good use of public funds, because very few people turn out. Statistically, historically, very few people actually show up and vote in a special election. So that's just some things to consider.
One of the questions I have is how, if this isn't the only job we have is sitting up here on the dais, we all have community assignments, and so when there's a seat that's vacant, it means that there's additional work for the rest of us to do. So I'm looking to try and get somebody in here as fast as possible. So can you tell us the difference in timing between how long it would take if we decided to go the route of appointing someone versus the special election route?
Absolutely, Mayor Snow. If we come back on the 7th and are directed to do an appointment process, we could have an appointment process to get somebody appointed in mid-February to this body. Whereas, as you saw on the chart with the election, we won't get somebody in the dais until the earliest June of 2026. Or, excuse me, 2025. I'm always a year ahead. 2025. Apologize. So there's a 4 or 5 month gap between an appointment individual and an election individual.
All right, we'll go down to the second round of questions, and this is also your opportunity to deliberate. Councilmember Baye?
Thank you. I don't, I'm kind of torn with this because, yes, I agree with Madam Mayor that we need to fill a seat as soon as possible. I think, I think this is the last election cycle. I mean, if we're honest, I think we put our city through a lot. And I think that we need to come up with a resolution as soon as possible so that we can get the right person. I feel like if we don't, I feel like we are not following through with what we've committed to the city. We've committed to the city to move the city forward. And so if we sit on this for a long time without a 5th council member, I believe that we're stagnant. We're not moving the city forward like we're supposed to. So I think the city, we have a lot of work to do. Like, obviously we all know that here. And so I would just like to get this done as soon as possible, however that looks and however that works. Spending the money that we can on a special election for 2 years that we can use on city streets or bettering our community, just to me, honestly, doesn't make any sense. Those are my thoughts.
Thank you, Councilmember. Councilmember Heredia?
I have two questions, actually. I know that there are several cities that are having special elections this cycle. Is that, do anything to affect the cost? Does that help us?
It depends on whether we can call the election and we can combine the election, but my guess is the cost isn't gonna come down much. It'll still be around the 400, maybe high threes, 400.
And then the other thing is, in the general fund reserves, can you remind us, where we're at with those? Do we have, a large surplus in there, or are we at the bare minimum?
So at the adoption of the budget last year, we were at about 42% of general fund reserves. Our policy is 25% of our current operation budget. I want to remind the council that was at the adoption of the budget. We have spent some of that money for storm drain repairs related to the storm. So I can get the council an accurate number of where we're at on the general fund reserves, but we have spent several million down at that time. So I'm looking at our finance director, and she may have, she can get that number to us, and I will make sure I get that directly to the council as soon as possible. So you have an idea what that is.
And this is my opportunity to deliberate as well, correct? Okay, so I agree with Steve in a lot of ways. I think that, you know, we do want to fill this seat as quickly as possible. I do have hopes that we can maybe come to an agreement on an appointment, but I like the fact that if we can't, we can move forward with the special election. I value everybody's opinions on that, and I know that the community really voted for change. I don't necessarily want to be the one that decides who comes into that position, because I want you to decide it. But cost being what it is and time being of the essence, I'm open to having staff come back with, possibly, I'd really like to address the, if we could all agree on one person, get more information on how we deliberate for that. And then also, what the questions might be for the people that are applying.
Councilmember Mendoza?
Yeah, just, so I've actually been through this twice. We lost a council member, 18 years ago, and I was on the planning commission. So I actually applied to be a council member at that time. They did not pick me, but the council at that time was able to agree on someone. I actually agreed that he was better qualified than I was, so. After he talked, I was like, why am I even here? And the two times, you know, that I've been through this, and you know, we periodically have to appoint planning commissioners, I'm always surprised at the people who apply that I don't know. And I've lived in this community for almost 25 years, and I grew up here also. I went to Helix High School. Helix. And there's people who still live here that I know from high school. Yet we have planning commissioners that I've never met before they became a planning commissioner, and I've never met them since. You know, because we don't go to planning commission. So, you know, it's not cronyism for us to appoint somebody. But what happens is people come in and apply for these positions, whether it's planning commission or city council, and we get an opportunity to meet some people in our community who are pretty fantastic, amazing people who live here in Lemon Grove that we've never met before. So, and then we do have the special election to fall back on if we can't agree on someone. But I'm really hopeful that we can agree on somebody. So, and like Jessica said, I think it's really important that we have some input. We're all, I think there's gonna be different things that we are looking for in a borough council member. So I would like us questions that we would like, they have asked on an application and possibly on a, as we interview people. And then, yeah, the interview process, that can be done a couple of ways too, so, yeah. But we can discuss that more at the next meeting. But that would be my suggestion, and, yeah, we do have the special election fallback on.
And I'll just add on that, the cost is substantial, and dipping into those reserves are really important, and as we saw in January, we were devastated, and a lot of our communities members were devastated by the storm drains, and that's where we've been able to take money to help families recover after that, when those storm drains collapsed. So I think it's really important not to tap in there unless we have some serious emergency, and I don't count this as an emergency. And so, for me, looking at a price tag of $400,000, whether that's for streets or for storm drains, there's better uses for that money. We've got 3 new people up here, or 2 new people and me in a new position. And there's a lot of different perspectives coming in, you have different circles. And when I was going door to door, we really do have incredible people in this community who I think would make amazing candidates. And so I think we have a significant pool of people to pull from in order to be able to do that. We also, there's no clear majority or no pack or anything. We're all brand new at this. And so I think that some of the concerns can be allayed that way. I think that we have enough diversity of opinion up here to be able to really focus and come to a resolution. One thing that I would like to consider as well is options. Once, if we do approve, and it looks like consensus is for appointment, then do we want to pursue majority vote? And if we can't get a majority, then we go to special election, or if we want to do something like ranked choice voting, and those options.
Thank you, Mayor and City Council. We got a lot of feedback. I think we can come back on the 7th and give you options of whether it is a majority or ranked choice voting. We can lay those options out. We could also lay the options out about how the process is gonna work, put a defined timeline to that process, add a sample application to the staff report, and then I will do a survey with each one of you to kind of elicit more ideas on questions and other types of process, so we can have that conversation. And then the city attorney and I will also prepare the alternate in the event that we go through the appointment process and we can't. We'll give you a realistic timeline of what that means for the election process as well. Again, the cost isn't gonna be defined until we actually enter into the election with the register of voters, but if we can't agree, we really do need to fill that seat. So, did I miss any of the directions, city attorney?
No, I think you covered it. I'm hearing the same thing.
We will come back on July 7th with a larger report and with options for the city council to consider the appointment process. And if none of that resonates with y'all, we can then talk about the election process.
So that would be January 7th.
January 7th.
Yeah. And I can add that we can bring a resolution in the alternative at January 7th. That would be calling the election, because the timeline that you have to call the election by January 12th. To make the May 6th election date. So what we can do is create an alternative resolution. If you look at the appointment process and you say, oh, I changed my mind, I want to do election, we can have an alternative resolution included with that staff report at that time. If not, we can come back for appointment, and a special election is still available. It's just you wouldn't hit that January 12th deadline for the special election.
And we will also propose, if you do the appointment process, how we will handle the meeting. So I remember when we did one year, we did interviews at a special meeting, and then the appointment process at a regularly scheduled meeting. So, because we did have a lot of applicants that were very worthy, and we wanted to make sure, and the city council wanted to make sure that they had their time to present their qualifications and their reasons of why they wanted to see.
Perfect, so I think we provided, staff with enough information to be able to, address this item. So now we'll move on to the council member meeting reports. And, Councilmember Faye and Councilmember Heredia are brand spanking new. I don't think they have any report. Councilmember Mendoza.
I attended the, city bonfire, on December sixth. I think I saw you guys there. And, yes, and I was talking churros. Anyway, the bonfire, I think, was just amazing this year. Staff went all out, did a great job. Please keep passing on, just how, everything was just set up great. Really had a good result. On, December 9, I attended the League of California Cities, lunch. We had a with, City Manager Romero. We had a presentation by the California Department of Health and Human Services on the CARE Act. Mainly they talked about, how cities can serve as petitioners, how you petition the court to have someone go through, CARE court. And then we also had a presentation from San Diego State University. Oh, Councilmember Snow was there as well, sorry. For Mayor Snow, that's gonna take a minute. There's an upcoming academy for local elected officials, and I think today or tomorrow is the last day to sign up, so I'm gonna let you know. And finally, I attended the monthly Lemon Grove clergy meeting. We meet the second Wednesday of the month, and just talked about
Thank you so much. And I also attended the Lemon Grove bonfire. A true shout out to city staff. It was, as the kids say, off the chain. We had so much fun. There were so many people attending, and it was just an incredible vibe. It's everything that I love about this city. On December 9th, I was also able to attend the League of Cities event. I am now the first vice president for the San Diego County region. Yay! And so helping elevate our city's voice and our region's voice at that League of Cities event. It's a really interesting program where city leadership is able to get together. We talk about what's important to cities. And then we also, I was also able to attend a webinar from the League of Cities that gave legislative updates on new laws that were recently passed that will impact our city. And I will share those with you. Right, that's it. All right. Does the city manager have anything to report?
Just very quickly, City Clerk, can you go forward a couple of slides? Next one. I just want to remind everybody, and thank you to the City Council for allowing us, the City Hall will be closed from Tuesday, December 24th, and will reopen on Thursday, January 2nd. Even though it says Wednesday, it's really Thursday. We will reopen. Thank you to the City Council members for giving staff that time off. There will be a good R&R for most of your staff, and I will pass on the shout outs of the bonfire. We have one individual who plans that event, but it takes an entire team to execute the event. Our public works staff was there in earnest on Thursday decorating the park, and they take pride of decorating the park. And then it was all hands handing out cocoa, handing out cookies, making sure the kids were safe on their events. So your entire team came out and showed force at that particular event. Even City Kitty was at the Cocoa booth greeting residents and saying hello. And again, thank you and happy holidays to everybody, and I'm looking forward to a fruitful 2025.
Yes, yes.
I know I'm sad for.
Councilmember Heredia?
I wanted to give a public shout out to Lydia Romero for allowing us to hang some Christmas decorations this year. You'll find there's 12 poles and they have wreaths and garland on them, and go out and enjoy. They're not lit up, but they're a start, okay? Thank you. Thank you, Lydia.
And thanks to the community members, the Revitalize Broadway, and all those who made that possible. The next regularly scheduled city council meeting will be held on Tuesday, January 7th, 2025 at 6 p.m. And the meeting is now adjourned. Happy holidays, everyone.
Yes, it is. Just 1 second.